Today I'm going to be talking about Nordic aliens or Pleiadians. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and press the subscribe button. Also press the like and a notification bell. Helps me in this channel. Nordic aliens are an interesting topic because most people know like the Greys or the reptilians, and I feel like the Nordics aren't talked about enough. I don't know, maybe they're uninteresting because they look like us somewhat. The Nordics or the Pleiadians come from the Pleiades star system, the Seven Sisters as they call it. The Nordics are very tall, pale. They have long blonde hair, but we'll also talk about that later because not all of them have the long blonde hair. They usually wear like blue jumpsuits whenever people see them. So are the Nordic aliens good or evil? Now, it's a theory that the Nordics helped Germany during World War II, and that they're the ones with the bases in Antarctica. So that could definitely muddy the waters a little bit when it comes to their overall message of peace and understanding. A lot of people who run into them feel this sense of calm, a calmness they've never felt before. And in the world full of anxieties, it was something that they'll always remember. So it's definitely polarizing. I mean, if they're helping evil people, how can they be good? But it's definitely adds a complex nature to the topic itself. An encounter I really like. I am obsessed with this encounter. Not sure why. So I mentioned this in my last video about exopolitics. There was an article in there where a man that goes by JP, it's to protect his identity, he supposedly takes pictures of UFOs. It's something that he does like as a hobby, and he captures them quite frequently. And he was in Orlando, Florida, I believe, where he heard a ringing in his ear. And so he followed this ringing to where, it got stronger, and he met a Nordic. But this Nordic was interesting. So we're all used to hearing about Nordics having the long, blonde, flowy hair. This one did not. This one had a military haircut. Well, not just a military haircut. He was also wearing a United States Air Force uniform. But he had a certain symbol. It looked like it was a crescent moon with a little star. And I noticed that it looked like the symbol for a crystal. Now, that's interesting, and I'll mention that later. Don't forget that, because that leads into another story. So JP talks to this man, and he says that he is walking around bases and that wearing the uniform helps him blend in. Because if they're wearing these, shiny blue jumpsuits and stuff, it'd be harder to blend in. So JP is a little standoffish with the man. He doesn't know his motives. He does say something. He says a few things that are very interesting. Well, one, he touches JP, and then JP sees inside the ship. It's like he was teleported in and then teleported out, which is very interesting. And then he says that we'll be hearing a lot of their ships, that they're currently practicing maneuvers with the ships, and that the sounds that we hear, the sonic booms, that's them. Now, I have noticed that recently sonic booms have been quite prevalent. There were actually a few in my area that were really upsetting the neighbors. So, might be a UFO. They might be practicing. Who knows? This man was saying that he travels all over the world and goes to a lot of bases and helps out. So, I wanted to go back into the crystal. There was a woman, I believe in South America, that went into her house and then noticed a man. And he was a Nordic, and he was holding a crystal. And every time he would lift it, she would feel something. And then he would lower it it was like he was raising her vibration and lowering her vibration with this crystal. And he noticed that he was frightening her, so he decided that he was going to leave. that is something I've noticed, is that a lot of these encounters also have a crystal involved. And another abduction case where a Pleiadian Nordic was involved, there were little gray aliens standing around her bed, and the Nordic says, "Don't worry, these guys are with me." So definitely makes you think that perhaps that a lot of these ships that have grays on them, currently taking in all the evidence of our world, taking in our history, if Pleiadians are tied to these small grays and the grays are abducting people, does that technically make Pleiadians evil? A lot of the people who have these abductions, they are abducted against their will, which is terrifying for people. I mean, if you listen to the Betty and Barney Hill tapes, Barney sounds very scared. He sounds terrified. He sounds like he's been invaded. So it really does make you wonder, are they here for our benefit? Do they look at us like we're just ants and something to be toyed with? Or do they really want to help our development? Or are they really interested in us and they have hope for the betterment of mankind? Perhaps I'll do a part 2 of this. There is a lot about Nordics and their ties with governments, their ties with the abductions. Tell me in the comments how you felt. Do you think the Nordic aliens are evil? Are they good? If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It definitely helps this channel. And maybe I'll even do a part 2. I'm on the fence about it. Bye, guys.